What's up, everybody? Squirrel Man's back again. I ain't made a video in a few days. Man, hell of a day today, man. I'm on like 1 hour of sleep. You know, last night man, you ever have them nights you just lay there and you just cannot sleep? I think, and you know what's funny is yesterday early morning, I go in to make a coffee in the truck stop, and sometimes they have that turbo, like super extra strength. Well, I never ever get a full cup of that. I usually put like this much at the bottom because one time I did a full cup and my heart was just like insanely pounding all day. It was a miserable day, right? So today, or yesterday, I put that little bit, and I honestly think that's what was keeping me up all night, man. That coffee was just like insanely strong. So, yeah, I didn't sleep all night last night, and I had to wake up today. I had to get a load out of Pennsylvania going to Ohio, and I had to pick it up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I had to drop it by 5 o'clock in the afternoon today. So I humped like 470 something miles today. And the day sucked as far as like being exhausted, but it ended on a good note. I was starving my ass off all day long because I've been trying to do this, you know, not a diet, but I've just been trying to change my bad habits, you know. I don't know if you watched my video about Emory coaching. Anyway, I'm driving through Pennsylvania, and I go through a tunnel. I come out the tunnel, and there's a cop sitting there, and no sooner than I pass him, he pulls me over. And I'm like, damn, I'm looking at my speedometer, and I'm doing 44 into 70, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting ready to get a ticket for going too slow. I'm like, this has never happened to me before. But the weather was like super crappy, right? So you're driving a big rig, you want to be cautious, right? So I get pulled over, and he gets out the car. I can see him in my mirror, and it's a real young guy, man. And the look on his face, I was like, oh shit, I think I got this, man. This dude looks like he's in a good mood, man. And he comes up to the passenger side, and he climbs up and sticks his head in the window. He's like, hey, dude, what's going on, man? I'm like, I don't know, nothing. I was like, why'd you pull me over? And he's like, dude, you were in the wrong lane, man. I was like, what do you mean? Because it was a 2-lane road, right? Just so you know, 3-lane roads, almost anywhere you go, you can't ride in the left lane if you're a truck. 2-lane roads, most of the time, it doesn't matter. You can ride in either lane most of the time, not all the time. But anyway, I'm on a 2-lane road, and I'm going through the tunnel, and I'm in the left lane. And I told him, I was like, well, I was in a tunnel. I'm not going to change lanes in the tunnel. He's like, no, dude. He's like, you were in the wrong lane. He was like, you didn't see the signs back there? I was like, I'm sorry, I must not have seen them. And he was like, dude, don't even worry about it, man. It's cool. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm just going to give you a verbal warning and let you go. I was like, really? He said, yeah. And I gave him my license and my registration, everything. He went to his car. He was back in like 5 minutes. And he was like, yeah, man, don't even worry about it. He's like, you have a nice day. Just be safe out there. And I was like, dude, I really appreciate your patience, man. Because getting a ticket will screw your safety bonus. You know, and my safety bonus, that's like $1,300, right? So if I got a ticket, that would really screw me, you know? So I really appreciated that. But I think what I want to say in regards to that situation is dealing with cops, man. Some of y'all, especially, I see these videos online, man. You guys do not know how to talk to police officers, man. I worked in the law enforcement and the prison system for a long time, and I can tell you, like, the first 10 seconds, 30 seconds of any meeting or a confrontation with a police officer is going to tell them whether or not they want to give you a ticket. Now, you can be a nice guy all you want. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes the guy just loves being an asshole, and there's really nothing you can do about it. But me personally, and a lot of officers I used to work with, would tell you the same thing. Hey, your attitude is going to definitely determine whether or not this is going to cost you money or not, right? So I'm always cool when it comes to talking to police officers because I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything wrong. I got nothing to hide. What do I care, you know? I mean, worst you're going to get me for is some ticket or, like, you know, I'm not a criminal. So what do I care? And I see a lot of these videos of people get pulled over and they immediately start attacking the police officer verbally, right? I'm like, dude, I mean, why would you do that? Like, you're so dumb. Like, they won't even roll down the window. They just take it completely in the wrong direction. I'm like, bro, it didn't even have to be like that, you know? And you can always tell when you're watching one of these videos, looking at the cop's face, he's like, dude, I was just going to give you a simple traffic stop, man. You had to go and take this in a completely opposite direction, and now I have to do my job, or I'm going to look like a bitch. And I can tell you, a lot of officers don't want to look like a bitch, right? So they will go to hell and back not to look like one. And I know this because I used to be that guy. I refuse to let you make me look like a bitch in front of anybody. It's not going to happen, right? But having said that, when you get out on the road, some of you new guys, always be cool with the DOT guys, or especially the guys at the way stations, all of them, man, because a lot of those guys, they don't want to make your life miserable, man. They really don't. Every once in a while, you might meet a bad one, but a lot of them, they just want to get you on the road. They want to get in and out, you know? When he pulled me over, or when he jumped up in the cab, or put his head in the cab, the first thing he said was, man, I ain't gonna lie. He's like, I've been bored as hell. He's like, I just wanted to pull somebody over because I ain't had nothing to do. And I'm like, well, I'm glad I could help you out, dude. Like, what do you want me to say, right? You know, I mean, I was really, I was like relieved that he was really cool. He was a young kid, and he just, you know, he's just the type of officer that just wants to do his job and just go home. He doesn't want no smoke. He doesn't want to create a bunch of drama. And I appreciate that because I used to work with a lot of guys like that. And most of the time I was like that. So, yeah, that I appreciated that part of my day. I really did, man, because I believe karma is a big thing. If you don't, you really need to. You need to start looking into karma because you might be having a bad life. You might be having a whole losing streak for the last couple of years. And if you don't look at karma, if you don't look at what you're doing, you don't realize or appreciate why things are happening to you the way they are. You know, like I remember last tour I was out, this guy pulls into a truck stop and he's trying to do a blind turn to get into this spot with his truck. And I'm like, man, I don't want to do this, but I jumped out and I helped him. You know, it's little things like that the gods of karma, they remember that shit, man, and it comes back to you in a good way, you know? So I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, especially you young guys, man, because I've met so many young people that they say, I don't give a fuck about anything. You don't have to care, right? Because the universe is going to care for you, and it's going to always comes back to you, right? Always comes back. That's just the rules of the laws of attraction. That's just how it is, right? So I always try to be a good person, but I have my limits too, you know. I'm not going to let you step on my toes. I hope you guys are picking up what I'm trying to put down here. Anyway, please like, share. Please hit the like button, y'all. I see a lot of y'all are watching my videos, but I really appreciate you just giving me a thumbs up. Comment is great. I love the comments, but please give me that thumbs up because it helps me out with the algorithm and helps spread my videos to people who haven't seen them and maybe they really want to watch them. Maybe they want to learn about trucking. So you're not just doing me a favor, you're helping out other strangers too, and that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. So anyway, common sense ain't common. See y'all later.